Yes, into the third quarter now of the Grassroots Footy Show, brought to us by West End. Time to go out to the Tea Tree Gully Footy Club for the Footy Chicks Footy Trip.
Hi, I'm Lisa and welcome to Footy Chicks Footy Trip. Over here, Mr. Cameraman, thank you. Hello, yes, I'm also Lisa, and welcome to another week of fun and frivolity on the footy trip. Now, tonight, as you may have guessed by my friend Lisa here, we're at the Tea Tree Gully Football Club. Lisa's a bit of an institution here at the club, so I thought I'd get her on with me, and she's a great girl. Tonight, we're going to have a look at the club, stop playing with my leg, at what's going on down at the Gullies. We're going to have a chat to Division 1 coach Kevin Baker and also Division 7 coach Mark Jansen, and see where the Gullies are at now and where they hope to be at the end of the season. So let's go and have a look at the boys.
Yeah, we certainly are. We've had a great season thus far. It's early days, nine rounds into it, but looking good sitting fifth.
Absolutely, and when you say sitting fifth, 2 weeks ago you were sitting second, so close is the competition.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Lisa. It's been a bit of a struggle the last couple of weeks with elements of injury, obviously. But yeah, got a good base coming back and looking forward to round 10.
We had certain expectations, obviously, with a young group and obviously with the guys that we lost last year. Looking to improve. We'll put the first 9 away and look forward to the next 9 now. Yeah, obviously it's unsettling, and hence the reason for the club probably to appoint somebody who was involved with the club previously. With the under-18s not playing this year, to be quite honest, a lot of the under-18s have played this year, but they've played A grade or B grade, which I suppose as the years progress it'll be beneficial for the club. Whether or how that affects us going down the track, not having an under-18 side this year, who knows, but hopefully those kids that have left our club and gone to other clubs to play under-18s will eventually find their way back to us.
Look, we've got a good core, there's no doubt about that. I've got a group of guys that are consistent and playing good A7 footy. It's to our advantage to have some B grades come down now and then, but it tends to break up the consistency of our game structure and strategy. So, look, I enjoy it both ways, but at the end of the day, I think we're going to have a great side come finals. I got a great centreman in Peter Uncle, who's nearly 39 now. I've got Glennie Mount, who's about 38. I hope I've got those ages right. But strength is in their age and their ability and their mindset, which is fantastic. And mixed with some good young up-and-coming footballers as well. So, you know, the mixture of youth and experience has really dominated our game plan and strategy this year. I've got to give them that. They've got great leadership qualities, and they do show that on the field. And where it counts most is on the track as well. So, yeah, very impressed with the outcome of those boys.
I suppose the improvement as far as their learning ability. A lot of young kids obviously play junior football, and now they're starting to play against sides. Your Gazers, your Goodwood Saints, your Henleys, Sacred Hearts, etc. Sides that have a lot of experienced players, and the kids obviously over a period of time will start to learn how those guys play football, and obviously try to imitate how they go about it. It's massively serious though. I went through it with the guys downstairs before, and I think we lost 18 blokes from last year's A grade side who had played A grade last year. So there's probably, I think we had 16 who played on Saturday who played less than 2 A-grade games prior to the start of this year. Wow. So it's a big influx of kids going through. Nathan Rudloff is only a young fella, played under 17s or under 18s last year. Dan Hanna's played at full-back at the moment. We've got young Brandon Kowalik, who's only 18, playing in the ruck. Young Brett Pike, Luke Flynn, Jay Horn, Trent Melville. These kids, they're only 17, 18, 19 now, so they get a lot of good football in front of them over the years to come. Look, we know where we're at. We're realistic as far as our abilities are concerned. It's a cliche thing, we want to improve every week, but ideally we need to win enough games to stay in Division 1. That's our target. That's what we'll be striving for. We think it's achievable, and believe me, we're doing everything possibly to make sure that we do stay in Div 1.
Yeah, to keep in the top 5, it's going to be really the strength that we have in our numbers that we get on the track. That's going to be our core element. After that, we've got to look at the way in which we play our footy and the way in which we finish off our football. There's no doubt about that, and that again is going to come off the track. And then I think the belief that we have in ourselves is going to get us over the line, and the structures that we have in place at this present stage, you would think that we'd be able to get there in the end.
Excellent. Mark, all the best for the rest of the year.
Thanks very much.
Luke Thomas Flynn, Teacher Gully A grade, half back.
Adam Ryan Williams, A grade, and I play full back.
Mitchell Brown, and between A grade and B grade at the moment in the back lines.
Jake Junipo, because he's tall, fast, strong and skillful.
Eric Kells, because he's just big and strong, hard to get around.
Wouldn't know his name, but a bloke from Henley kicked 5 on me last year and made a bit of a fool of me, so probably him.
Jay Horn.
Flinny, because he's in the gym all the time and there's mirrors in there.
Oh, that has to be Nathan Rudloff for sure.
Josh Bolmeyer, because he just gets drunk.
Carl Jessen, he's filthy.
I reckon Stephen Pitt, just because it's Stephen Pitt.
I'd have to go with little Jay Horn as well. Oh, he just thinks he's everything out there, you know. He's this big and he's just getting the beats out.
It's probably my brother, Luke Williams.
Best moves on dance floor, that'd be me for sure.
Do you want to give us a bit of a demo?
Nah, I'll keep that for the dance floor.
Okay, and we finally come to that time of the night again. It's the West End Gold Kickoff, proudly sponsored, like we said, by West End. I have my 3 guinea pigs here from the Teatree Gully Football Club. Guys, can you rattle off your names?
Ben, Aaron, Sean.
No worries, let's go kick a few goals. Beautiful. Well, we had some pretty decent efforts there by the Gullies boys, and no wonder, because the 2 on the end apparently both got the best players last week, hence the nicely coloured jumpers they've got there. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to get the nice vocal group behind us to vote for the best goal. Guys, what did we think of Ben's goal? Oh, quiet. And what did we think of Aaron's goal? And finally, what did we think of Sean's goal? Oh, okay. Well, I think we have a winner. Aaron, you've won the carton of West End Sponsors product. Congratulations. Guys, thanks to the Teatree Gully Football Club for having me out tonight, and all the best to the rest of the season for you. And see you next week.
Yes, thanks to the boys out there at Teatree Gully and Lisa Wright with the Footy Chicks report. Time to look at Divi 3. Flinders Park in first spot, up against Golden Grove in 10th spot. It's at Flinders Park Oval. Flinders Park took a big hit last week. They were beaten comfortably by Mitcham, 68-point belting. Golden Grove found some form to win their second game of the season. 69-point win over Para Hills. I think Flinders Park are going to want redemption pretty quick, Macca.
Yeah, well, I reckon Jacko wouldn't have been all that happy. You know, it's a 12-goal flogging. So he'll definitely be looking for redemption, and Golden Grove are going to be the ones that are going to cop it. Atlow Mirando played pretty well for Flinders Park. Obston, Jacob Fuller kicked 4. None of the big names of the Parkers in there, so obviously they've had a sleepy day. Golden Grove, bloke kicked 5 from Ben Mingoring. He kicked 5. Burke was good player, Morris and Shepherd. Look, I can't see Golden Grove getting near him. I think Flinders Park are just going to go
bang.
See you later.
Para Hills sit in 7th spot. Mitcham in 2nd. It's at the Paddocks. Mitcham, they're in terrific form at the moment. Last week, on the other side, Para Hills just struggling at the moment. Can you see it being any different on the weekend?
Well, complacency might play a part here for Mitcham after sitting back on their laurels after a big win against Flinders last week. Ellis and Brooks, who were their 2 best players, kicked 8 and 6 between them. So Para Hills are going to have to get them under control. Flynn, Bamford and Goodwin, obviously tried real hard for the Parahillians, but I think Mitcham are going to keep marching along.
All right, we see Seaton Ramblers there in 6th spot, up against Pembroke in 8th. It's at the Big Owls car park. Both teams had losses last weekend. Seaton racked up 108 points in the loss. Pembroke only managed 55. So have Seaton got too much firepower?
Yeah, look, I would think Seaton will win this game. Seaton have been going along nicely this year, except for last week. Got beaten by 5 goals. Corey Lockhill kicked 6 and Brian Lay kicked 4. Dan Pollock and Jason James were in their best players. Pembroke, Evans kicked 3, Scotty Fisher and Evans was their best players, and Cat 4 had a pretty good game. Look, Pembroke I don't think have got enough firepower to beat Seaton Rams, but if the Pinckney boys are on, for Pembroke, they'll make it a tough day.
Okay, CBC, they sit in 9th spot. They're up against Portland in 3rd. It's at East Parklands, coming into this with wins, both of them, after the bye. Portland appear to be a little stronger, but CBC have rattled a couple of games now.
Yeah, the Seabockers, they've got their little bald-headed marvel out there floating around, which has obviously helped them a great deal. Blokes like...
Charles is a marvel, is he?
He's a bull-headed marvel.
He's
a bull-headed marvel. Yes, he's a bit long in the tooth, but obviously, his experience can rub off on blokes. Plichowicz and Raidis and Margatich, they're carrying the Seabockers at the moment. They're always in their best players, so they'll have to produce their best. And young Primus, Benny Primus kicked 5 again, so he's been a good player for the Seabockers. Portland, Thornton kicked 5. Shepley, Laslett and Perkins were very good players, but I can't see Seabockers beating Portland because the Steamboat will have them fired up for this game.
All right, match of the round, Smosh in 5th spot, Paraka in 4th. It's at Westlake Shores. Pressure on Smosh in this one to get the win. Smosh have got to get the win. A loss could see them slip out, and Seaton, if they get the win, could take their spot in the 5. So big game.
Paraka, if Smosh can beat Paraka.
Sorry, yeah, and in the other game, I didn't express it. Seaton are playing in the other game. Seaton get a win. Yes. Smosh get a loss. Seaton could jump into the 5.
Well, yes, a very important game. Paraka, look, 5-goal winners last week. Durham kicked 8, so he's the first port of call to stop for Smosh. Ronald Rankin Jr. again, he's having a very good season. And Kim Bissett, I think his nickname would have to be Jacqueline, wouldn't it? Jacqueline Bissett. Smosh, Gregory kicked 3. Paul Pleasure and Quinn, very good players for them. Paul Pleasure and Quinn will have to be very good players again for them to get over Paraka.
All right, let's have a look at Divi 4. Elizabeth are in 7th spot. Greenacres are in 5th. It's at Agana Park.
Elizabeth, Ellis kicked 3 last week, and Morris and Taylor were their best players. Greenacres, 5-goal winners, back into the winners list. Wright kicked 4. Big Kobe Ettridge, he's a massive man. He kicked 3. And Wood was one of their other better players. Greenacres should keep marching on here and have anotanother good win, but Elizabeth out there might be a bit tough.
All right, Westminster, they're in 8th. Hectorville in 4th at Glandore Oval.
Heckie's got 1 point winners last week. I bet there was a few of them sitting on the edge of their seat. Francisco kicked 4 and was their best player. Zach Fisher and Housen, he was another good player for them. Westminster, Newman, Easton and the 2 Chubb boys were their best players. I think Heckies will keep winning. All
right, Fitzroy in 10th, Kilburn in 6th. It's at Mount Fitzroy. Howson booted 8 for Kilburn. Whedon booted 6 in a losing match for Fitzroy.
Yeah, it could be a little bit of a shootout here for the big guns up forward. Jamie Thomas has got the Kilburnians strolling along. Howson 8, Menor and Pesler were their best players. Fitzroy, Whedon 6, Howie and Nelson, very good players, but I would think that Kilburn will keep soldiering.
All right, 2 more to go. Pulteney in 9th spot, Scotch in 1st at Morgan Oval.
Scotch to beat Pulteney, I think, pretty easy. Dan Cale kicked 8 and Barry kicked 4. Joel Ace kicked 3 as well for Pulteney, but I think Scotch would win this game.
All right, the match of the round, Salisbury in 2nd, Unley in 3rd. It's at Salisbury Oval. Only 1 win separating them on the ladder, Mac.
Yeah, Unley good winners by 7 points last week. Jackson kicked 5. Cheadle, very good players. And Jake Nikolopoulos, he had a very good game. And Salisbury, Atkins and Kuzner kicked 3, and Barmby was a very good player for him as well. I think Unley might still win this one again.
All right, stay with us after the break. Still a fair bit to come on the Amateur Footy Show. We'll have club milestones and a look at 5, 6 and 7. Back in a moment.